Welcome back to Death and Taxes. When we left off, we were doing paperwork. Let me know if my mic's a little wonky. Apparently got turned down in OBS during the last stream, so suspected fraud dies of a heart attack as police officers come knocking on their door. Prosecutor says arrest was imminent. Crack of dawn, leaf blower dead after getting struck in the head with a flat iron thrown by a neighbor. Leaf blowers should be banned to increase urban air quality, lower stress levels. Crime boss gunned down the street by rival mobsters, escalates turf war. Valstadian first attempts of creating a flying fortress crashes and burns, literally. Investors growing wary of flying citadel plans. It doesn't seem a sensible investment. Alright, what do we got here, Fate? Today is simple. Grim? It is as if a great calmness has enveloped the world. I do not see the need for many deaths today. Okay, just 2 have to die today. That's easy enough. You've got 4. Half? A little more than... I would consider this many, Fate. Climate scientist. Okay. Okay. I've never seen this one before. Oh, you gotta live. So should this... Let's go ahead and let the climate scientist live as well. The advisor and the weird screenwriter can all die. Alright. Time to go talk to Fate. Hey boss man, what's up?
Grim? How about we skip the pleasantries and get back to usual pointless drudgery?
You okay?
Right. I see the exact amount of profiles requested. At least someone seems to be up to their task. Whatever.
You alright, Fate?
You? No, Grim. You have not. Why am I livid? Because the rest of highest management thought it necessary to remind me that taking sudden leave is detrimental to our aspirations.
Oh, he got scolded.
Because they thought to admonish me for taking a couple of days to perform important research. Because, as was reminded, the saying goes, now, how was it? Nothing in life is more certain than...
Death and taxes?
Yes, exactly. Either way, the nerve they have to lecture me on how to do my job.
Let's not talk about that.
No matter, Grim. I apologize for taking it out on you. Good night.
Alright, Fate. I hope you feel better tomorrow. Was the sky this red a second ago?
Yo ho ho! What can old Mortimer provide you with today?
We need more to get the widgets we're missing. I think it's just a snow globe at this point. Bought something. What did I buy? There's another head. I don't remember what I bought. Oh, let's just go to bed. Carefully put our coins away so it stops moaning at us. There may be hope for our planet yet. Scientists on the verge of a breakthrough that may help the dwindling fish population. Neutral president rises to power after replacing entire advisory team. Former advisors reported missing. Screenwriter crushed under an avalanche of old bad film tapes. Plastic Cog. Gaseous' series of games soon to get another sequel, up to 7 now. Oh, I get it. I get it. Scientists discover new strain of super tuberculosis? Okay, that might be a problem. I thought you wanted to save him. My modest excuses, Grim. Right, the situation is that everything got all jumbled up in our fax delivery system. You should listen to your gut today. Hehe, your gut, yes? Because you are, you know, a skeleton? Well, technically we're not, but I guess we just do whatever we want today, so we'll just judge them one by one. You, I like. You get to live. Next is... You must never die. If nothing else, then for scientific curiosity. Yeah, you, die. Yeah, you're fine. You're probably fine too. You know what? Considering a new strain, maybe you should stay alive. Hopefully it doesn't make things worse. You need to go away, and for just a few more. That's kind of great. Yeah, it's impossible to tell either which way, so just gotta hope I made the right choice. Hey, Chimera.
Is your hand tired? Are your fingers getting stiff? You've been clicking around for quite a while. On all the things you see scrolling by before your eyes. Perhaps the screen is too bright, the sound's too loud. No, it's you who died and found your way here. To the office, where you belong.
Okay.
Grim, welcome. You know, pursuing my art has given me insights. I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, their importance, worth, and meaning. A disarray of thoughts. Listen, is death really such a bad thing? It would be better for everyone. In fact, do these humans even truly exist? Their ephemeral being leads to no relevant outcome. It is all transient, no matter what they do or achieve in life.
I don't believe that means that they don't exist, though, Fate.
They exist in a state of hubris and arrogance, considering them the center of the universe. Yet without them, the sun still sets and rises. Stars explode, galaxies form, or get torn apart. There are departments even for these events.
Oh god, the afterlife is all bureaucracy, no!
Humans are not the be-all, end-all pinnacle of creation. They are small and insignificant, yet full of themselves. The grandeur of everything will not get superseded by specks of nothing. It matters not how they live through their subjective experiences, millions upon billions of them, everyone considering themselves unique. And technically they are, I suppose, on a minor scale, yet also exceedingly similar. Copying each other, living through similar events with similar basic reactions. While the universe is full of endless wonders they cannot and will not even experience or perceive, ever.
I just realized I don't care. I love how flippant you can be with fate sometimes.
But why? What would that change? Their presence is not even necessary to validate these events outside their subjective experience or understanding. Do you know the saying, Grimm? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it... Good, yes. Imagine that. Life reduced only to some human vicinity. The ultimate height of arrogance ingrained in them. To imagine their presence to be paramount. The tree does not only sound, it has been sounding a long time. It has grown without anyone present. It has lived a life. None of this requires humanity to be there to bear witness. Then you have much yet to learn. Good night, Grimm.
I don't think I like where fate is going with this. We should have enough tonight to get Snow Globe. Citizens of Aurea getting healthier and happier due to increased potato consumption. Heroic medic saves comrades after squad gets pinned down by the enemy fire near the region of Wazgagrad. Medal to be awarded next week. Panic arises as... Well, crap. Looks like you were right, Mav. Panic arises as new super tuberculosis escapes lab. Doctors believe elders to be most susceptible. Student protest gets out of hand. Severe property damage racking up. Politicians attempting to introduce bill that bans small gatherings and protests. Ready for the Wilderness has to join the band as a drummer after end of latest tour. Another serial killer caught by Detective Samara L. Downey. Fashion firm reports record earnings, promises to spread wealth around, but just a tiny bit. Zombie flicks as popular as ever. Check out Blam Blam 6-2 cinemas today. Newfound virus threatens to sweep every continent. Research into bloodstain pattern analysis shows it's actually pseudoscience and has zero merit. Well, I think we did a bad. I think we have done a bad. Graham, how do I put this? There's a nigh invulnerable virus ravaging everyone on the planet. Meanwhile, you know what to do. So we can only spare one of these humans. Wow, okay. Yeah, you definitely need to die. You unfortunately need to die. You probably should survive. You could survive. I'm thinking the nurse is probably more important with what's happening right now. Feeling better, boss?
Ah, the beginning. It has the sweet taste of deliverance. Every blade of grass, every ray of light.
Excuse me?
It is a captivating day, is it not, Grim? No.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Indeed. Alas, transformations often require sacrifices. Do you agree? My high spirits leave me at a loss for words. Try harder, Grim. Perhaps you can dig yourself out of this grave.
This is actually more relevant than it seems, and I'll talk about that when we get to the end of the week.
Work awaits, Grim. Get to it. I trust you to make the correct choices. I, myself, must concentrate. The muses have struck me. They beckon. Work to be done while there is still time.
If I ever return to the seas, I'd have ye on me crew anytime.
Aw, I like you too, Mortimer. One short. We will definitely be able to grab it tomorrow. But let's get some sleep and try to forget the fact that our boss is apparently going psychotic. Ray's volunteer turns violent in retirement home is nowhere safe anymore. Young people in latest antiviral medicine trial warned of severe risks as one dead from complications. Medical examiner identified as a serial killer refuses to surrender, shot in the ensuing firefight with police officers. Chief of CEN television network considers story of serial killer would make an exciting series. Alchemists found suffocated in their own lab. Super tuberculosis death toll rising. Television preacher calls upon the end times as deadly virus officially announced as pandemic. Maybe we should have let that pest dude survive. But ho, Grim. The virus does not seem to be fatal on its own, but it seems to make people terribly aggressive towards each other. A true apocalypse. 6 humans have to die. Once again, only one can survive. Alright, what are we looking at here? Fortunately, you've got to die. Oh, you definitely have to die. Televangelists always have to. Stars. You could maybe... Yeah, you need to die, nurse or not. I mean, that's pretty doubtful if you have anything to say about it. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Oh, I guess the teacher survives. I've probably made a terrible mistake here. Chimera.
Psst. Hey, what, pray tell, happened to the world?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Sure you do. It's the culmination of all your choices. Do you know the story of the Wyvern and the Prince Consort?
Not really.
Of course you do. A young, quick-witted Prince Consort was once kidnapped by a Wyvern. Using their gift of charm, they tried to alter the ways of the Wyvern in order to save their lands. Soon, the beast and the prince found resonating ideas and ambitions. They molded the land in rather inept ways, whilst thwarting attempts of rescue by the Queen. Then The wyvern, tired of the desolation, ate the prince and flew away. Yes.
I love this. You would have answered yes to any of one of those?
Yes. It doesn't matter if your mistakes were countless or few, as long as you learn the lesson. We are thankful of our time together, even as it's quickly running out. It'll be pretty horrible from here on out.
That's also somewhat of a hint.
Grim, I find myself at an impasse. Lend me your thoughts. Should my prose be more experimental? Or should I stick to traditional narrative technique?
Words cannot express how little I care. Experimental, I guess?
Grand, yes. The exploratory aspect can lead me across the boundary. You are still here, Grim? I guess you want to talk about work instead? Fine. Let us take a look at the situation. My, so much chaos. Pain and suffering are off the charts. What is... wow. Reanimated corpses running around consuming the flesh of other humans? They are unstoppable, brutal death machines. Astounding.
Did we just somehow bring about a zombie apocalypse?
And it all stems from a singular patient zero, Caleb Sadi Rondeau. Sometimes it takes but a small nudge.
Okay.
What can I say? Things do not seem to be going well at all.
Aren't your rules supposed to do something about this, Fate?
Are you sure you followed them properly? To the letter?
Yeah!
What is done is done. These are the consequences you must live with, while you still live.
I don't think I like our boss anymore.
Off to work, Grim. Certainly you have no time to waste now.
Well... crap muffins.
How many times have we met? I lost all count.
Hillier Flex twirled us quietingly inside this glass globe, never settling. In the middle of the storm stand figures too difficult to discern. Everything seems to be in a state of constant transfiguration. They're in naughty to desolation?
Well, scuttle me both, why don't you? Clear as a crisp spring morn, I remember the day, in the cave at the bottom of an ocean, but 'twas guarded by a horrendous beast. So, had no choice but to underwater arm wrestle the Kraken. All 8 tentacles. Afterwards, I met a hag with crow feet wrinkles on her face, and wrinkled crow faces on her feet. She knew me well, though we had not met before. Gifted me this ominous globe. Maybe 'twas a warning of a kind. Maybe she just fancied me. I did die about a week later.
You know, if half of what Mortimer says is true, he's pretty cool. Check out this new snow globe we got. Oh my. This is, Body with a chance of annihilation. If I shake it, the little things go everywhere. Let's just put this up here, I guess. I don't really want to look at that. I hope you read this post-haste. The viral crisis is at its apex. Surviving humans are subjected to an intense quarantine, but some cities still remain inhabited and functional. Deal with them. Oh, great. Take a look at this teacher mercilessly shutting down a violent tantrum. Famous preacher dies during marathon session. Heart attack is suspected cause. Televangelist legend leaves massive fortune to their devout followers as a death wish on live TV. Okay, that's actually kind of nice of him. Modern classic filmmaker accidentally killed by housemaid in a parent's sexual harassment attempt? What? Traffic accident sees sharp rise as average driver behavior increasingly erratic. Intensive care unit at local hospital sees an unprecedented spike in survival rate. Search for the legendary skull takes tragic turn. Archaeologist seemingly assassinated. Entire Cosmolopolis city in quarantine. Please do not leave your homes. Alright, what do we got? Yeah, no. You, I think, should probably stay alive. You need to go, so I guess the Lieutenant General. Hopefully that'll try to salvage it. Huh, these turn to minuses. I think that bird changed. Weird, I wonder what that's about. Hey, you okay?
Hello, Grim. I have been absorbed in my work. Tell me, how goes it out there in the wilds?
Everything is on fire?
Fate unconstrained, with nothing to stop it. Seems a terrible power, yes?
Stop it or stop you?
Wild bands of animated corpses roaming the streets, attempting to break through the barriers of the survivors' compounds. My, it truly looks like the end. I am giddy with anticipation.
Maybe we can still fix this.
All seems to be outside our timid grasp already. Goodness, look at the time, Grim. Precious moments wasted. Enjoy your night.
Oh, fantastic. Mortimer, you got anything for me?
Ever wonder if there's a way to do things differently?
That was strangely on point, Mortimer. So this will actually let you erase a mark on a profile, but you can only hold one at a time.
This tale is beyond reproach. We were sailing the high seas when we found a shipwreck full of these off the coast of the wild wastes. 'Twas power to erase even the most dreadful of mistakes. Used it to erase one of my risky love letters. And you know what? Never heard from the love interest again. Amazing little thing.
This is actually not a one-time buy. You can only have one at a time, like I said, but if you use it, you can come back here and buy it again. And this is another just random trinket you can buy. I will get them all eventually so that we can hear Mortimer's stories, but they're just gonna go in the drawer and stay there. What's over here? Alright, what are we looking at now? That's the same as yesterday. All citizens ordered to stay in containment areas. Local Vicar passes suddenly of heart failure and religious convention. Help delayed as heart attack construed as a punchline. All citizens required to move to designated control areas. Apocalypse now. Unbeknownst to themselves, human society has finally collapsed. Whatever normalcy and humanity was left in the world is now swiftly fading. The remaining few humans have to die. I don't get a choice on this. Wow, okay. I'm happy to kill you. And you... I don't know.
You've done well, Grand Reaper. Yeah, wasn't believable at all. We lack the imagination to pretend this is a world where you were competent. So, what comes next? Too late, unless you cobble together a bit of temporal manipulation. Hop over to a different reality and do better. That'd really be something. If such a button existed, it'd obviously be called, like, New World Plus. Go on, oddball. Nothing else to wait for. Swallow the bitter taste of regret when the only way is forward. We've reached the end. In general, I mean. Not with us. We will never leave you. As long as there is a you, there will be us. Until the next round.
That was odd. I think Chimera may be losing it.
It is growing quieter, Grim. Not much left now. An immaculate execution. The work of an artist. Ravenous corpses still roam around, searching for the final survivors. Once finished, they will also slowly perish. Not a trace remains. There could be some sort of a metaphor for gluttony in this.
Fate seems distinctly unconcerned.
Anyway, and crucially, my book is nearing completion. Maybe the answers lie in the book, yes? Leave me to my grand labor, Grim. Tomorrow we shall deal with the final matters of this office.
I got no money. I wonder what Mortimer has to say.
Time's running out, friend.
He's being creepily on point. You have come to it at last. Only one choice left to make. The last human must die. Wait, what? Now that you are not here, now that we no longer talk, soon it will be over. Oh, this is not fantastic. Guess we better just do it and put them out of their misery.
The last day, Grim. The last choice. So, how did you choose? So very factual, as usual. One human is not enough to save the species, after all. But we ought not prolong the suffering of the last one. No need for such cruelty.
Yeah, clearly you're the one who had the hand in this fate.
That would seem fairly obvious by now, I gather. The great dying is by my design. It is true, I do not love humanity, not a bit. But why, you ask?
I didn't, but sure, go ahead.
I have grown tired of it all. This tedious existence, these humans, the endless tirade of death. It is all meaningless, you see. An endless loop of monotony that I cannot escape, that we cannot escape. Do you know how long I have been doing this? I barely remember myself. I am a exhausted and sick of it all. I wish to stop, but no one can leave until the job is done. But if the great dying claimed them all, then I could be free and claim the rest I deserve. So, I helped the great dying along, piece by piece. No need for an equilibrium. This office will not be necessary, and we can all fade away.
I gotta go with this one.
Your hollow judgment is insignificant at this point.
Wow, Fate's voice got really, really quiet.
Off you go, Grim. Do what you wish with these final hours. We will not be meeting again.
Fellow traveler, that was fun, wasn't it? The choices, the excitement. Admittedly, ye did largely screw everything up. The world is in shambles and all. Can't really change that. But I can offer a new cycle. A turn of the hourglass, and ye shall be set upon a path in a fresh timeline. A parallel world, so to speak. There ye will again find every friend and enemy, hope and error. Knowledge and loot will remain, of course. Otherwise, 'tis the eternal recurrence of all things.
So that was ending number 2. I don't quite remember the name of it, and I can't check in the ending guide because that'll spoil stuff. And that is, I believe, the ending most people are going to get, because that's when you follow Fate's orders to the letter, but you do not actually befriend Fate. And that actually showed the reason why this is not 100%. The 2 images that came before we saw ourselves in Fate, there are 4 options. So there's 4 categories and 8 options. And that has to do with the hourglass, but essentially which 2 of the 4 you get is determined completely randomly. You have absolutely no control over it. So you could get extremely lucky and get all 8 endings through 4 playthroughs, or you could be going on 12 plus playthroughs trying desperately to get the endings to come up that you need to come up. And I don't find that idea fun even remotely, so that's why I'm only going for the main endings in this playthrough. Because I'm not repeatedly playing just to make the RNG be nice to me. Yeah, I agree, Pi. So here's the thing. This and this are how you handle things from here. You do not actually lose your save file if you hit this. This just takes you back to the main screen in case you want to stop playing. But we are officially in New Game Plus right now. And New Game Plus adds quite a few things. Well, it adds one thing and clarifies a few things. Sort of. Let's dive into it and I'll talk about it.